Good afternoon. On this cool blistery day, we're back in the garden, and yes, there's still things to plant this time of year. What are you planting? Is it flowers?
Yeah, garlic.
So the garlic that, cloves, almost like a bulb, like you would a flower, but yeah, we call them cloves. We plant them in the fall, in October. We used to do it beginning of October. Last year I did beginning and late to kind of compare them, and there wasn't really much of a difference as far as the next year, the yield, and so it's just kind of whenever in October we find time now. And so it's what's today, the 17th of October. It's about mid-October.
These are just our biggest garlic bulbs separated.
So we have a whole bulb, and each bulb has on average probably, I don't know, 7 to 8 cloves, and so we separate all those cloves.
Break them apart.
Yep. And we plant each one. So one bulb will then turn into 7 or 8 bulbs.
No, one
next
clove
year
will turn into.
No, one bulb. When
right.
you separate them all, the next year you'll get 7 or 8 bulbs.
Gotcha. One clove will equal a big bulb.
Yeah. So we save probably, I don't know. I mean, we're still kind of growing how much we're planting. We're planting more this year than we did last year, and last year we planted more than the year before. So we're saving probably 1/5 of our harvest just to replant for the next year. So, and we'll get to a point where hopefully it won't be quite as much, but garlic is nice because it stores well and people love it. We love it. We eat a lot of it each day. And so these beds, this was our winter squash and corn. We cleared all that out. I came through and broad forked the beds. It just makes planting a lot easier when they're broad forked, to loosen it a little bit. You can push the cloves down a little bit nicer. And I put a nice fresh layer of compost on. And then after we plant, I'm gonna come through, and the walkways we will mulch with pine needles. We used to put pine needles on the whole thing, but this year we're just gonna put them in the walkways. We put a thicker layer of compost down, and that'll kind of help to insulate and kind of mulch and keep weeds from growing, just like the pine needles would do. The reason for that being is when we pull the garlic out, if we have all those pine needles there, it can be challenging to plant. If we want to direct seed something, it's hard to direct seed through the pine needle mulch. So we're just putting it in the walkways this year, and we just have our baskets full of garlic, and this is what I use to mark how far apart. So this has, let's see, 8-inch spacing. I just go and make lines, and we just put 3 in a line. And so these are about 90-foot beds. 8-inch spacing would give you about 135 rows. There's 3 in a row, so each bed we get about 400 bulbs, and you can plant, or 400, yeah, the next year 400 cloves would be 400 bulbs the next year. You could put them closer together, but the bulbs will be smaller, and so we give them plenty of room in order to get a little bit bigger, nicer bulb of garlic. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks for watching. Till next time, eat well, live well.